Nezzo here. I go by Toby. Hope you're all having an excellent day. I decided to make my first YouTube video here, so that is what you're seeing. Wanted to promote my new blog that I just created. It's over at datingadvisors.net. I've had it out for a couple months now, and I'm looking to get a little bit of input on where I can go next, but I want to make sure that I'm bringing something relevant to the table. So the topic of this site, datingadvisors.net, is dating more towards a speed dating side. I hope that those of you watching this, that I can help you in some way in your life, and maybe you can give me a little bit of feedback as far as how I can improve my site to, help me help you, if you will. I remember, close to a decade ago, when I would go out and I'd be trying to approach women. I always hit this kind of a sore spot where I felt too timid, too afraid to approach them. And one of the big issues that I had inside was almost a self-esteem issue. You can go through, you can read my blog, but what I wanted to focus on today is when you get that fear, number one, what causes that fear, how you can overcome it, and then what you do when you finally do overcome it. One of the earliest times that I ever had, I walked up to a gal, and it was a little bit silly. I referenced it in one of my blog posts already, but I was in a bar and I was headed towards her, and I had it in my head that, I just hit a 12 out of 10. I need to go up. I need to get this girl's phone number. I'm going to go up. I'm going to say hi to her. I'm going to ask her how her day was going, and that was my game plan as far as I got. And the second that she looked up at me, I completely turned, freaking out inside, went over to an arcade machine, and I started playing on it like that's what I was originally intending to do. Probably one of the most embarrassing points actually there's a lot of embarrassing points. This is just one of the many. I have tons of stories of, those times where you do the chicken out or you hit that brick wall. I think we've all kind of been there where you get that knot in your stomach because your natural approach mechanism is telling you need to go up and talk to this gal over here, and it's almost the opposite for women. And you can get into that once you get into the blog. You can see what I'm talking about there. For women, they're more testing men. Think about it. If you're a pretty decent-looking woman, you're going to get approached by men constantly. The better looking you are, the more men that are coming up to you all the time. And you're going to be getting all sorts of different comments that range from hi to, hey, nice shoes, to, gosh, are you an angel because you fell out of the sky, or however that pickup line works. Obviously, I'm not the best with pickup lines. So basically, when you get that point where you're scared to death, you don't know what is that next move that I have to make. I want to help you with that. I had to do that inside of my own to be able to get to the point that I'm at. I've had a fairly successful dating life once I sorted that little piece out. You have to get rid of that timidness. And it's really hard when you're there because you don't realize that you are being timid. You don't feel like it, and then all of a sudden you get that rejection shot and your whole world just comes crashing down. There are certain things that you can do to improve your chances of getting that hello, getting a phone number to do a call back, being able to take her for a walk, or there are lots of other options going down that road. I'll try to keep this good for YouTube though. I can remember I was in the absolute best shape of my life. I was running 8 miles a day. I weighed just a hair over 200 pounds. I was built like a brick house. I probably got about 80, 90 pounds on top of me now from where I was. And the funny part is, when I was in the best shape of my life, I still had that timidness inside of me. I wouldn't even call it that. I had that brick wall that I ran into because I would walk up, I'd want to talk to a gal, I'd get there, hi, and I learned this little piece, and this is another one that you can use. Hi, are you single? It's a great opening line because right away you're setting the stage, and she's going to tell you if she is or isn't. We'll go into more on that later. But once I would get that answer, it often ended in disaster because what came next? Well, who knows? There's so many thousands of different options that she can throw out there. And again, I have a pretty funny one in my blog that I want to shamelessly promote here, if you will, where I went up to her and I says, yeah, can I get your phone number after we've been talking for a little bit? And she says, well, as a rule, I don't give that out. I got to be a good judge of character. I have to judge you somehow. I don't remember exactly what she'd said to me at this point, but I remember saying judge. And I looked at her and I said, oh, you're Judge Jackie, aren't you? And shame on me. It came across as, arrogant as opposed to just that cocky, funny mix that you're looking for. So anyways, what I really want to focus my blog on is how do you have that quick approach to women? And I'm not trying to shorten or take away that excitement, because it is exciting. I mean, one of the funnest things in the world to do is to walk up to a gal that you don't know, and just say hi and strike up a conversation. But I think that it helps us, and I know it certainly helped me, and I hope that it helps you, to kind of know what your game plan is, at least have a rough draft, if you will, going in. And obviously nothing is set in stone, but you have to have a method to the madness. To walk in and just randomly pull something out of the hat every single time without at least starting some form of a process, that doesn't end well. And that's pretty much true for anything that you do in life if you really sat down and thought about it. And so what I want to focus on with my blog is talking about how you can make that quick approach. What are some appropriate methods that you can do? And I'm not talking any sort of manipulative type thing, but how you can ascertain her interest. And now here's where the manipulation part comes in. How do you pique her interest and make it so that she feels attracted to you? Well, that's where I'd like to give you a couple pieces of advice. So head on over to it. I'll give you the what next as you're having these conversations and trying some of these tips out. Again, my site, www.datingadvisors.net. Swing on over, blog about it, check it out. Like I said, the site's still only a couple months old. I could certainly use a little bit of feedback as far as what sort of banners or things, pictures, backgrounds, other things like that I could put on the site to really ramp it up and make it one of these nice authorities, if you will. Again, datingadvisors.net. If you need to email me, you can get me at info@datingadvisors.net. Thanks.